I'm not seeing he bowl into the plan. Said it.
This one is stoppage over the keeper for 4, and as you're saying, no one is out on the onside, so Douglas will be looking to hit on the onside and saying to himself, if I get even 50% contact, there's no one out there, so he will clear the infield, and I will pick up a boundary, especially on that side where the ball tends to run away very quickly.
Exactly. You have to be clear in your plans as to how you want to execute it, and the field doesn't say that for the kind of bowling that Joseph is bowling there. You need to have some protection, either the third man or the fine leg back, or deep mid-wicket, pulling the sweeper, bring up the mid on, the mid off, because you'll be bowling short, you're not looking to go over the top. Give him some protection. If he continues bowling like this, I think he will go for a lot of runs, bowling to Douglas. Either the third man or the fine leg back, or deep mid-wicket, bowling.
This one is driven down the ground. Oh, almost caught there by Cato. Well, in the end it was safe, but officially hit. Mistimed down the ground, but he ran with the shot, so he was able to complete a single.
Yeah, that's a better delivery for the field that has been set. Just on the off stump, just about Yorker length. Douglas kind of struggling there because the ball was, Joseph, he bowls a heavy ball, and he didn't time that one properly, falling short of straw on the crease, on the circle there. But he picks up another run, 22 for 1. Maloney has 6 from 7. Douglas has 6 from 5.
This one, a good delivery, is LBW. This one, oh, and look at the celebration by Joseph. Interesting celebration here. I don't want to comment too much on that one, Kevin.
Well, something out of the ordinary. A beautiful, beautiful celebration. I don't know what he meant by that. Well, I was just told he's marking his territory like the lion does. The alpha lion. He said, this is my territory. And Maloney, you have to get out. I am the boss here. A beautiful delivery by him. Full struck Maloney right in front of the stumps. The umpire had no decision of bringing up that index finger. And Lasso Free Hikers have lost the second wicket. 22 for 2. And the skipper goes back.
And you could see there, he was shaping for the short delivery. He had seen a few short deliveries all in the over, and he was on the back foot. He had already opened himself up to pull, and he was deceived by that full length. And there was Joseph in celebratory mode, and that's a big wicket by the Grenadines divers. So they're still in this contest. They're by no means out of it, and they will want to continue to pick up wickets as Hodge has come to join his captain, Douglas. Conventional cricket shot there, defended off the back foot. And what you will see with these two, they are rapid between the wickets, so they'll be running for everything.
Well, they're not as automatically as he changed his length, he got the results that he needed. Pitching the ball a little fuller, he picked up the wicket of Maloney. That brings you over to an 3 overs, been bowled 23 runs, and Lasso Free Hikers are 23 for 2. The defending champions in this VPL 4.0. They have won it on 2 occasions, defeating Saltburn Breakers the tournament before, and last year narrowly winning the tournament by 1 run against Darkview Explorers. This year they're not doing as well as they normally would have been doing. They have lost their first 2 games, and here in the 3rd game they're struggling at 23 for 2 from 3 overs.
So Hodge will now be on strike to bowler Wiley, Jaron Wiley. Final over of the power play, long on in place and a deep mid wicket. It's only short, it's off the edge. Shem is in pursuit of it, but he will struggle to pull that one back in. That's off the edge. That's 4 runs to Hodge. So Wiley, first delivery going for 4. It was an edge, was no way in control of it, but fortuitous shot, but he'll take it to get him his first boundary.
Well, he would take that one, the leg spinner. I'm still wondering of the field set here for Asif Hooper. He's just making the adjustments. He have a sweeper. He has a short, fine leg. He's bowling leg spin. That should have been the field he's bowling to, really. He's just make the adjustment, and that's better.
Bowling too short. That was short, and that slapped over the offside. One bounce into the boundary. Is it? Score 6 by umpire Butler.
Well, just by observation, you know, you're going to bowl at length outside your stump. You need to have two poses. You have three poses, backward pointer, a short extra cover, and still you have a deep mid wicket that is for a bad delivery and long on. You have to be smart enough to know that if you're going to bowl on the off stump, you need a sweeper. You need some protection out there, not on the onside.
Seems as if Hooper is hearing you. So the sweeper is going out now. If the sweeper were out before, it would have been an easy catch.
Yes, so he has made that adjustment. You have to have your plan and set it properly. Now
and this time the mid-wicket comes in, and this one is hit over mid-wicket for 6 by Hodge. And so as we mentioned in the build-up to this game, you want to stamp his class as a Windward's captain, coming down at a lower level to play cricket. And he's off with a brisk start here in this game, 17 off 4 deliveries.
Well, he's due some runs for the Hikers. You have not gotten off to a very good start in this tournament. We know he's a consistent batsman. He's a captain for the Windward Volcanoes, and he would want to stamp his authority. And he's made the necessary adjustments, and that is very smart cricket. I think that the bowler lost his way there, tossing the delivery right up, and he has a packed offside field. He has to be bowling the ball just on a length outside the off stump and bowl to his field. But Hodge has taken advantage of that, and he has rushed on to 17 from 4.
Better delivery, that's the length that he should be looking to bowl, single taken. And Hodge really making a mockery of the field placement. As soon as the mid-wicket came in, he went over mid-wicket. So he's saying, well, I actually hit the ball where I want to hit the ball. That's this message that he's sending to the bowler and to his opposing, to the opposing captain.
He was helped by the bowler. The bowler put it in his area, and he had no choice than to hit it there.
Bubbles on strike, he pushes it back to the bowler. Better length of those last deliveries by Wiley. That's where he needs to be in terms of length. This time he scoops it down. We'll get a couple runs. Goes down to fine leg. The little lap sweep. He was down quite early. Seemed to have premeditated it, but he came in the area that he wanted it, and he got 2 runs.
Well, the power play have been completed. They are 42 for 2. Current run rate 10.50. Required run rate 9.17.
So the batsman dismissed, or Pope. He was caught by Denson Hoyt looking to repeat a shot that he got away in the first over of the bowling of Asif Hooper for 7 off 4 deliveries. Desron Maloney, who is not the captain today, he was LBW. Good thinking by Imran Joseph to get him for 6 runs off 8 deliveries. And Dylan Douglas, he's on 8 off 7 deliveries. Kavim Hodge, after a brisk start, on 18 off 5 deliveries. And the wicket takers so far have been Hooper, who was taking 1 for 7 off his solitary over. Joseph has taken 1 for 6. No wickets for Abraham, 7 runs off his solitary over. And Wiley has conceded 19 off his first over. As Hooper comes back into the bowling. Bowling to Kavem Hodge. So it was the end of the power play. Kenroy, the field has now been spread. So there's a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and a sweeper cover in place.
Just to mention, at the end of the power play, divers, they were 35 for 1. 35 for 1. And the Hikers, they had 42. 42 for 2. Difference there.
Raxi Brown was trying to cut that one off, as we saw that cut shot being executed there by Hodge. Short and wide by Hooper, and duly dealt with. Well placed, away for 4 runs by Kavem Hodge. This time he's advancing down the wicket, but it goes straight out to the man at the sweeper cover. In for 2 runs, and that is what they will. These two will do that to the fielders. They are very quick, and they will always be looking for every extra run that they can get.
Some good running, attacking, batting as well. The need a partnership here between these two. They are two senior players, and they're running hard. They are striking the ball pretty nicely.
This one goes down the ground flat, but straight to the man at long off. Single taken by Douglas. That's how it does the feeling. This one is wide. Too wide there by Captain Asif Hooper. He has 2 deliveries left in his spell. But being put under a bit of pressure, we saw Hodge using his feet previously in the over. This time he goes for the swat across the line, and it lands in no man's land. It lands in no man's land. Should the keeper have gone for it? Seemed like if it was a bit closer to the keeper than to Asif. Asif wanted it. And it lands in no man's land off that top edge.
Well, indecisions there by wicket-keeper and bowler. He could have gotten himself another wicket, but no one decided that they wanted it. The keeper was pretty the closest for me. I would have allowed him to get it, but Asif decided he wanted it and fell short. Another single to the total. It's 50 now for 2. Hikers replying to Grenadine Divers. 96, they need to get 97 to win this game. They are 50 for 2, now 51 for 2.
This one is off the edge, should be caught. And that was what Asif was looking for all the time. Keeping it away from the batsman so that if he has to go at it, then he would have to stretch. And he got the wicket of Douglas, who has been dismissed for 9 of 9 deliveries.
Well, this is not very smart cricket by Douglas. Really not smart cricket. Asif Hooper is looking for a wicket. He's a chief bowler for the Grenadine Divers. He's bowling his last over. It's just about the last delivery was bowling and he perished. Really not smart cricket there by Douglas. Have put his team in some trouble here at 51 for 3. 5 overs completed. We are halfway through the second half of this game, and they need another. The target is 97. We have Thomas entering the wicket. Hodge is on 24 from 9. He looks good, but Thomas is a fair striker of the ball as well. They need to put together a little partnership here to carry them to at least 8-9 overs, and then they could launch from there on. So partnership of 29 from 13 deliveries. That was between Hodge and Douglas just a while ago. Douglas perished at the last delivery from Hooper. Hooper has bowled 2 overs. He has picked up 2 wickets. Now the dangerous straw has taken the ball. He had 4 for 7 yesterday. Excellent bowling. Need another 46 runs from 30 deliveries. Really, in this context of the game, that should be easy pickings. But they have lost the wicket of Douglas just a while ago. But Hodge need to bat and bat through this innings if they are to get to that 97.
Slow delivery there, defeating Hodge. So good delivery by Strong. His overs will be crucial to the fate and the destiny of this game.
Yes, indeed. He's in form bowler. He needs to bowl tightly and at least get a wicket or 2 here and set the Hikers back a little further, even further than they are here now. Really, if some sensible batting, he should get to that target of 97. But as was mentioned prior, they have not been batting well as a team. So they would have to do some more, these 2 batsmen.
Changes being made to the field. Deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on in place. This one goes over the fielder in the circle. Can spin away. And it has gone away for 4 runs. So a cutter being bowled and the shot was also played with an open face of the bat. So getting a bit of backspin. And on the second bounce, it just moved away from Braxy Brown, who seemed to have it under control.
Well, good start there for Thomas. He has faced in his first delivery and smashed over backward point into the fence for 4, 56 for 3. Not a bad start for him at all.
Good delivery there by Straw. On-pace delivery this time, not one of the slower ones. Just outside off stump. Fairly good length, a little bit wide, but trying to keep it out of the arc of the batsman.
At this stage, it was 46 for 2. Grenadine Divers, Lasso Free Hikers are 56 for 3.
They're ahead of the rate, but they have lost 3 wickets. One push for a single. Good intelligent batting there by Thomas. He'll be very, very familiar with Restwick Straw. They don't live that far apart in terms of the upbringing and where the villages that they hail from here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They also went to the same secondary school. Hodge back on strike. Eat mid-wicket. That's actually well placed by Hodge. There's no square leg. And an interesting field, strange field placement there. And with Westwick Straw bowling a little bit of a back of a length, slower delivery. You would expect that you would need both mid-wicket and a deep square leg for the right-hander, because those slow deliveries are off-cutters.
Well, now they are making the adjustments. I think that as if Hooper is a little bit off, he's reacting to what is happening instead of putting the necessaries in place. And he has already paid the price.
Good delivery there. Good delivery. Good Yorker length delivery. And that one wrapping Hodge on the pad, but went down the leg side. And they were able to get a leg by. So 62 for 3 after 6 overs. They require another 35 runs or 4 overs. So that's 8.75 required. 0.75 runs and over. They should coast home from here, Kenroy.
Well, some smart batting, intelligent batting. You have to play smart cricket, you know. But this over, in the context of the game, is a pretty important one. Hodge has 29 from 12. Thomas have 5 from 3. Pretty good strike rate so far for both batsmen. But Joseph is coming back. And this over he is a very important one in the context of the game. He has to bowl a tight over, try and pick up a wicket. If he gets a wicket here, Grenadine Divers could really see themselves winning this game or putting the Lasso Free Hikers under more pressure. But as I said before, this should be an easy game for the Hikers with 7 wickets in hand. Senior player Hodge, Thomas at the wicket. They should cruise home easily from here with some sensible batting.
So Joseph has been reintroduced to the bowling. His solitary over thus far went for 6 runs and he got the wicket. Maloney. Delivery there, looking to swat that one across the line was Kevin Hodge. Got delivery. At this stage, the Grenadine Divers were on 62 for 2 as well.
Well, just the wicket column is different there. But those sort of shots, in my opinion, is not needed. All you need to place the ball in the gap, push it around, 1s, 2s, look for the bad delivery and score. You need another, you have 24 balls, you get 30-yard runs, you know. And
this one has gone for 6 runs. He has flat batted it down the ground. Looked at one point as if Captain Hooper would have been able to get around to it, but it went over his head. The boundary is not very long straight, and that was 6 runs all the way.
That was teasing, but it ended up over the ropes. Good shot there by Hodge. It was a short delivery. He climbed into it and flat batted that, as you said, over, long off, into the fence for 6. takes his tally up to 35. Brisk 35 from 14 deliveries. Hikers are 68 for 3 over number 7 being bowled.
This one is short again. It's pulled over square leg into the boundary now. 4 runs. Square leg is not back. Not too sure if that length is a length to be bowling without your square leg or fine leg back. Both of them in the circle. Not too sure if that is a plan, and if it is a plan, then the field is not set for that, for sure.
This is not very smart bowling here. Not very smart bowling here by Joseph. He has no square leg. He has a sweeper, backward point, short extra cover, mid off, long on. A man who's fine, short fine leg, and he's in that. He's bowling short. That's a better delivery.
This is not. Oh no. He'll be able to get the bye. Well, that's true. We're looking at the field here, and we're seeing that there's a few changes as Thomas comes into strike. Three fielders out deep on the leg side, deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, sweeper cover, and a third man. He's called through for the bye, while Joseph was appealing. There was Kavem Hodge calling Thomas through for the bye, so they're getting the runs here. So leg bye call.
Yeah, as I said, just some smart batting would get you home here. You know, take your singles. You had 2 boundaries already in the over. That brings the rate right down. So you need another 23 runs from 19 deliveries. This shouldn't be hard for the strikers, for the hikers really. It is up to them if they lose the game from here on in.
This one is short again. It will elude all the fieldsmen. Not well timed by Hodge, but he gets a single. So Joseph is intent on bowling short to Kavem Hodge. Probably a little bit of ego at play there. You know, you can't pull my ball. But is that what is required? Is that what is needed from the grinding divers at this point? Those last few deliveries that have gone in the innings, they seem a little bit rattled by the approach of Hodge. They probably were not expecting him to come out as aggressively as he has done. And after taking those few early wickets, they might have been relaxing and thinking, well, you know, we're well into the batting lineup now. But the approach of Hodge has really stunned them.
Well, he has 40 from 17 deliveries. He has played a blinder here. He's going a little bit unnoticed, but he has 40 from 17, a really good innings. Thomas have 5 from 4. The current run rate is 10.71, and the required run rate is 7.33. So sensible batting here will take you home, Hikers.
Only 22 needed from the last 18 deliveries. Strong, bowling to Kavem Hodge. Good delivery, good Yorker delivery. Well fielded by the man at short fine leg. Single taken by Hodge. He goes up to 41. 21 needed from 17 deliveries. And really it is a Lassafray Hikers game to lose from this position.
And in this position where you have just about 21 needed from 17 deliveries, the skipper has to be on his game, pull the field in, let them take the risk, you know, cut off the singles, you know, in these games. Put the pressure on the batter. Cause them to take chances. You may pick up a wicket or two.
This one is hit flat by Thomas. That shot that he likes to tuck the ball through the mid wicket and long on area of the field. So he gets a single, brings Hodge back into strike. 2 singles so far of the over. And that's all they need at this point, and probably a boundary somewhere along the line, and they will be home.
I think Asif Hooper needs to be more more creative here.
This one swatted to the man at square leg, who wasn't there in that last over for that very same shot, bafflingly to most of us here. And so a single is taken on this occasion as opposed to a boundary.
Sensible batting should take you home, take you over the line between Thomas and Hodge. 42 from 18, 6 from 5. Hikers giving Hikers their first win in this tournament as defending champions. They would want to do that here in this their third game.
This one is hit flat. It's a full delivery. Hit flat down the ground. Didn't make good contact. That sound of the bat sound as if it came off down at the toe end of the bat. So it moves on to now 79 for 3.
This is where you need a bowler to come in and bowl some dot deliveries for you. In this, I think he got away with that one. Really, a full toss outside the house stump. It seems to be a little bit above the waist, in my opinion, just outside the house stump. But I think it seems like he got away with that one. 79 for 3.
Good length again, but swatted through mid-wicket. That's a very good shot by Hodge. That was by no means a poor delivery. Just off the Yorker length, just off probably a foot short of it, as you can see there in the replay. And he was able to go very low and open himself out. And he was able to strike that to the boundary and bring up his... He's on 46. About to say he's 50, but he's still 4 shy.
A really nice innings here by Hodge. A nice little cameo needed by the Hikers, and he has given them that.
And he's dropped. This one came back to straw straight. He's showing his disappointment. Had the opportunity to take that cotton ball, but it was hit back firmly. Nevertheless, you know, it's an opportunity, and he's showing his disappointment there. You see, it was struck quite firmly back to him. That's the end of the 8th over, so they only require another 13 runs off 12 deliveries, the Lassafray Hikers, in order to win this game. Hodge is on 47. Very good performance by him in this game so far.
Ball has been tossed to Denzel Hoyt. Will be bowling his first over in this game. Need another 13 runs from 12 deliveries. Hodge is on 47 from 21. Thomas 7 from 6. He doesn't need to do much here, just support Hodge. Current run rate is 10.50 and the required run rate is 6.50. So an easy game here on hand for Hikers. Once Hodge stays at the crease, this game will be over in a few more deliveries.
Hoyt, medium pacer, but both a good line and length. Good delivery. We saw him in VPL 3 taking a role of bowling at the death. He was playing at the time for the Salt Pan Breakers and bowled some very good overs at the death for his team.
Yes, he did a really good job. He's called to do the same thing here, but with a target of just about 11 runs from, just 12 runs from 11 deliveries. It's not impossible, but it's a really hard task here to defend. Batsman Hodge is on 48 from 22 deliveries. He's in some good nick. He has not scored heavily so far in the tournament, and this would be very good for him and his team. Propelling his team for the first win. They said their third match. They are defending champions, and they would want to win this game and win it handsomely with wickets in hand as well.
This one is a wide. This one is a wide called by umpire Scintille. So that one adds to the total. One less run to make. Eleven runs needed of 11 deliveries. This one is surely a wide. In fact, it was almost off the cut strip. So 10 runs needed off 11 deliveries. Hoyt under some pressure here, trying to keep it away from the arc of Thomas, who most likely will be trying to finish in this over. Don't want to leave it down to the last over if there's a possibility to finish it before. This one is over extra cover, flat batted, 1 bounce, 4 runs, good shot.
Yes, that one was in Thomas's half, just like a slot delivery inside of the, just outside the off stop. And Thomas, who has a good range of shots, he has come into this VPL, he has played some real little cameo for his teams, and he is doing that now. He's gone to 11 from 7, smashed that one over cover in the vacant area there, runs into the fence for 4. They need another 6 runs from 10 delivery. They should get home and get home safely.
Point again. This time Thomas elects to come down the pitch. He's been outside the off stump. He's looking to go down the ground of that delivery. I think he left his crease a little bit early and Hoyt saw him advancing and adjusted his line.
Some good bowling there by Hoyt. Really smart bowling.
This one is beaten outside the off stump. And he could have been run out because he had advanced. Wicketkeeper shallow, missing the stumps with the throw. And it seemed as if he would have been short there as we look at this one more time. That one seemed to leave the left-hander. Would have been a close one.
Not careless at this time. You're really in front of the run rate. Just another 6 runs to get from 8 deliveries. You just need to tick the ball around, and pick up the singles, wait for the bad one, and you will get home easily.
This one is hit down the ground, and that's coming to us just short of where I'm sitting here, and that's the